Hi, my name's Janice, Fitness and Sports Instructor at CFB Kingston. Today I have a slow flow yoga for you, just a nice full total body stretch and relaxation. If you do have a yoga strap at home or a small towel, hand towel, small bath towel, or whatnot, I would recommend grabbing that. We are going to use it towards the end of the workout. So coming into a nice seated cross-legged position, sits bones grounding down into the ground, crown of the head reaching up towards the sky, and just closing those eyes lightly, hands relaxed on top of the knees. We're gonna open up our practice today, focusing on our 3-part breathing as we bring our focus inward, leaving all of our cares and worries off the mat. So on the inhale, you're going to fill that belly, fill the ribs, chest. Exhale, chest falls, ribs fall, belly falls. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. If you'd like, you can bring one hand to the chest, one hand to the belly. And on the inhale, feeling that hand rise, the belly, ribs and chest. Exhale, feeling that hand fall from the chest, ribs and belly. Continuing here to breathe comfortably on your own, focusing on that 3-part breathing on the inhale and on the exhale. If you would like to set an intention for today's practice, now would be the time to do so. If you'd like to focus more on your breathing, getting a little deeper into those stretches, keeping your mind focused on the practice, whatever you would like, now is the time to do so. One more inhale. And on the exhale, you're going to crack those eyes slightly. We're going to bring our hands back to the tops of our knees. On the next inhale, you're going to push that chest forward, looking up towards the sky. Exhale, tucking that chin, rounding that back, leaning back slightly. So we come into cat and cow in a seated position. Inhale, chest comes forward, gaze comes up. Exhale, tuck that chin, round that back. Inhale, up. Exhale, close it in. Exhale, back. One more in each direction. Inhale, push that chest forward, gaze comes up. And exhale, round that back, tuck that chin. Coming to sit, nice neutral spine. We're going to come forward onto all fours now. Making sure hands, wrists are under shoulders, hips are over those knees. So we come into a spinal balance position. So on the inhale, you're gonna reach one arm forward, opposite leg goes back. Feeling the energy coming out through those fingertips, back through the heel of that back foot, almost as if you're pushing against an imaginary wall behind you. Exhale, bringing it back in, bringing that hand and knee back to the floor. Inhale with switching sides, reaching forward with the opposite arm, pushing back that opposite heel. Avoiding rotating through those hips here. Want to keep them nice and level. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bringing that back down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, close. One more on each side. Tabletop. From here, you're going to tuck your toes under, pushing those hips up towards the sky, reaching long with those arms as we come into a downward dog position. I want you to keep your knees bent generously here. As you push your hips back, keeping equal pressure in those hands, fingertips, palms, heel of the hand. We're going to start to pedal the feet here. Dropping one heel down at a time, alternating side to side. Still maintaining that length through those arms and shoulders. Feeling a nice stretch through that calf as you drop the heel down, maintaining that bend in the knees. One more on either side. Then we're going to rise up onto the toes of both feet. And push both heels down towards the floor. Straightening through those legs, coming into that full downward facing dog position. A couple of nice deep breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. On the next inhale, we're walking those feet forward towards the hands. Exhaling, coming to the top of your mat into a forward fold position. Let's just grab a hold of both elbows, ragdoll, rocking side to side slightly. Inhaling, exhaling. Next inhale, bending those knees, bringing the hands back down to the floor. Reverse swan dive. Bringing the hands up overhead and together, bring them down to heart center as we come into mountain. Moving into our sun salutation series. Inhale, arms sweeping up. Exhale, swan dive to forward fold. Inhale, stepping the right foot back. Stepping the left foot back to meet it, dropping down to those knees in a kneeling plank. Inhale, bending those elbows, coming down into kneeling crocodile. Inhaling, pushing back up to that kneeling plank. Exhale, coming into downward facing dog. Inhale, stepping right foot forward between the hands. Left foot comes up to meet it in that forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Hands up overhead, back to mountain, hands at heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Hands coming to the floor. Inhale, stepping the left foot back. Stepping right foot back to meet it, dropping those knees down, uncurling those toes. Inhale, bending those elbows, coming down into kneeling crocodile. Pushing back up into that kneeling plank, tucking those toes, coming back into downward facing dog. Inhale, step the left foot up between the hands. Step the right foot up to meet it, back in that forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, hands up overhead. Exhale, back to heart center, mountain. Moving into the full sun salutation. Inhale up, exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, stepping that right foot back into plank. Step that left foot back to meet it. Inhale, dropping down into crocodile. Sweeping through to upward facing dog. Tuck those toes, pushing back to downward facing dog. Inhale, step right foot forward between the hands. Step the left foot up to meet it, back in forward fold. Bending those knees. Inhale, sweep the arms up, overhead. Exhale, coming back to mountain, hands at heart center. Inhale, up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left foot steps back. Right foot steps back to meet it. Exhale, coming down into crocodile. Sweeping through to upward facing dog. Tuck those toes. Back to downward facing dog. Step the left foot up between the hands. Right foot comes up to meet it. Forward fold. Inhale, bend those knees, reverse swan dive. Hands up overhead. Bring them down to heart center, back in mountain. Continuing for 2 more cycles, using your own breath. Side. Allow me to mountain pose. You just drop your hands down to your sides. I'm going to come to the front of the mat. For now, you can continue to face the end of the mat. On the inhale, we're going to sweep that right hand up overhead. So it's reaching right up towards the sky. The next inhale, you're going to reach high up with that right hand as you reach down towards the ground with that left hand. Leaning slightly to the left as we come to side lateral bend, stretching through the right side of that body. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lean just a little bit. Inhale, reach. Lengthen. Exhale, reach. One more inhale. Exhale, returning that right hand back to our side. Next inhale, left arm reaches up. Right hand reaches down towards the ground. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, reach. Feeling a nice stretch to the left side body. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, reach. More inhale. Exhale, returning that left hand back down to our side. From here, we're going to heel toe your feet wide, turning to face the long end of your mat. Toes pointed out just slightly. We're going to bring our hands to our waist. Inhale. Exhale, leading with that chest, hinging at those hips. Slight bend in the knees to come through to a deep straddle pose. Continuing to lead with that chest. Once you've gone as far as it's comfortable, allowing those hands to reach down towards the ground and the head to drop. Avoid rounding through that upper back. Feeling a nice stretch through the hamstrings, low back. If you feel comfortable, you can walk your hands backward between those legs to deepen that stretch. One more inhale. Bringing the hands back to the hips. Exhale, leading with that upper back. You can come all the way back up to that standing straddle position. From here, bringing that left foot so it's parallel to the short edge of the mat. You're going to turn those right toes out so they're facing the other end of the mat. Bending that right knee. We're then going to tip, bringing the right elbow down towards the right thigh as we come to side angle pose. Another nice stretch for that left side body. You want to make sure you're not putting too much weight through this elbow into that front leg. Still want to be able to move that arm. Continuing to breathe, gaze just straight ahead. One more inhale. Exhale, we're going to come up into Warrior Two. Keeping those hips open, torso nice and upright. So if you're leaning out over that front leg, pull that torso back. Arms parallel to the floor, bringing our gaze outward over that middle finger, the right hand. Trying to go a little deeper into that lunge on this side. Trying not to lean with that torso, still staying upright. Keeping those hips open. Weight is through the back, outside edge of that left foot, through the four corners of the right foot. Ball of the foot and heel. Next inhale, Exhale, we're going to reach that left arm down the back leg. Right hand comes up towards the ceiling as we come into reverse warrior. Gaze coming up towards the hand. Feeling a nice stretch through the right side body. Nice big inhale. Exhale, we return to warrior two. Inhale here. Exhale, returning the hands down to the side, straightening that front leg, rotating those toes back towards center as we switch to the other side. So rotating, opening out through those left toes. We want to make sure that we've got our weight pushing through the back outside edge of that right foot and then evenly distributed in that left foot, balls of the feet, both sides of that heel. From here, inhaling, bending that right knee, or the left knee, sorry. Bringing left elbow down to knee as we come into side angle on the left side. Right hand reaching up towards the sky. Gaze coming forward, feeling a nice stretch through that right side body. Once again, avoiding putting too much weight into that elbow and the top of the thigh. Still want to be able to move that arm, stretching through that side body. Exhale, sweeping that arm down, bringing the left arm up so the two arms are parallel to the floor. As we come into warrior two on the left side. Once again, maintaining those hips open to the side, torso upright. Avoid leaning out over that front leg. Gaze coming over the middle finger on the left hand. Weight pushing through that outside edge of that right foot. Equal pressure through all four corners of the left foot. If you feel comfortable, you can come a little deeper into that lunge on the left side. Making sure you're keeping those hips open. Inhale, exhale. Left arm coming up to the ceiling, right hand coming down towards that back leg as we come to reverse warrior. Nice stretch through that left side body. One more inhale. Exhale, we're going to windmill those arms, bringing them to frame that left foot, rotating on the back, right foot up onto those toes. So we're coming into a runner's lunge on this left side. Then we're going to step that left foot back, coming into downward facing dog. Coming through to plank. Inhale, bend those elbows. Coming down to crocodile. Sweeping through to upward facing dog. Tuck those toes. Back to downward facing dog. Nice big inhale here. Sigh it all out. Inhale. Sigh it all out. One more inhale. Sigh it all out. And the next inhale, you're going to reach that right foot up towards the sky, opening up that hip as we come into three-legged dog. From here, we're bending that right knee, reaching that right foot back towards the left side, and then pulling it in towards the chest as we step that right foot up between the hands, dropping the left knee down to the ground and untucking those left toes, coming into a nice low lunge position. From here, you're going to bring the right hand inside that right foot and walk the right foot out to the outer edge of the mat. As we come into lizard pose, nice deep hips opening stretch. If this is comfortable for you, if you feel enough of a stretch, you can stay up here on the hands, or you can join me coming into the full lizard position, coming down onto those elbows and forearms. If you do find you need even more of a stretch, you can rock up onto the outer edge of that right foot, allowing the knee to open, coming into winged dragon. Continuing to breathe comfortably here. Exhale, returning back up to those hands, walking that right foot back towards the center of the mat, bringing the right hand back outside of that right foot. Tuck those left toes under, lifting that knee up. We'll step the right foot back as we come back into downward facing dog. Shake those legs out just a little here. Next inhale, you're going to lift that left foot up towards the ceiling this time, coming into the three-legged dog on the left side. Open up those hips. Bending that left knee, bringing the left foot back towards the right side, and then pulling that left knee up between the hands, bringing that left foot to the floor. Drop the right knee down, uncurl those right toes as you're in that nice low lunge position. From here, bringing the left hand inside the left foot and walking that left foot to the outer edge of the mat. Once again, if this is enough of a stretch for you, that is fine. Otherwise, you can come down onto those forearms, into that lizard pose. And again, if you need even more of a stretch, rocking to the outer edge of that left foot, opening that left knee out to the side and winged dragon. Exhale, coming back up onto those hands, walking that left foot back towards the center, left hand coming outside of that left foot, tuck those right toes under, lift the right knee up off the floor, step that left foot back into downward facing dog. Next inhale, we'll walk those feet forward towards the hands, coming into that forward fold position once again. Inhale, bend those knees, reverse swan dive, hands come up overhead, and then come together at heart center and mountain. We're going to move into a balancing pose here, tree pose. So starting in the middle of your mat, you're going to shift your weight to that right foot, making sure that you're equally distributing the weight through the four corners of the foot. Bring the left foot just up to the instep of the right. When you are ready, If you're fine with this position, you can leave it here, or you can start to pull that foot up, starting down at the calf. If you got good balance here, you can bring that foot right up to the inside of that right thigh. Hands starting at heart center, chest open, knee open. Avoiding pushing on that knee, make sure that the foot is either above or below the knee. Getting our balance here. When you are ready, growing those branches. Keeping those shoulders away from the ears. Bringing those hands back together, down to heart center, bringing that foot back down to the ground. Just release those hands, shake it out as we move to the other side. Bringing your weight to that left foot, four corners of the foot. Right foot comes to the instep of the left. Hands can come to heart center. When you are ready, if you are ready, lifting that right foot off the ground, coming to the inside of that calf. If you'd like more of a challenge, bringing it right up to the inside of that left thigh. Standing nice and tall, avoiding gripping the floor with your toes. And when you are ready, growing those branches. Relaxing those shoulders away from the ears. Back together, overhead, back to heart center as you bring that foot back to the floor. Shaking it out. Good, coming back to the end of the mat. Standing tall, inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Hands come to the floor. So you step the right foot back, step the left foot back to meet it, dropping those knees down. In that all fours position, we're going to swivel on those hips and come to a nice seated position. In that staff position, legs extended long in front of you. This is where you'll want to have that towel or strap handy. So sitting nice and tall, feet are flexed, toes pointing up towards the ceiling or back towards that head. You're going to take that strap, bringing it around the bottom of your foot, or your feet, sorry. Leading with that chest on the next inhale, exhale. You're going to start to fold forward over those legs. Still leading with that chest until you've gone as far as is comfortable, and then just allowing the head to relax. Feeling a nice stretch down the back of the legs and into the low back. Continuing to breathe comfortably. Feeling the lengthening through the backs of those legs. With each exhale, you may be able to fold a little farther forward. One more inhale. Exhale, returning back to that staff position. Just set that strap or towel aside. You're going to pull the left heel in towards the buttocks, still sitting up nice and tall. The next inhale, you're going to hook that right arm, elbow around the left knee. So we start to rotate over that left leg. Inhale, sitting up nice and tall. Exhale, rotate over that leg. coming into a nice spinal twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, rotate. Avoid pulling with that arm. Use that core to rotate that body. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, rotate. One more inhale. Exhale, untwisting, releasing that knee, bringing that leg back down to the floor as we switch sides. Inhaling, heel up towards the buttocks. Exhale, sitting nice and tall. I'm going to hook that left arm around the right knee as you start to rotate over the right shoulder. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, rotate. One more inhale. Exhale, unraveling, returning that leg back out long in that staff position. From here, we're going to bring the soles of the feet together, pulling them up towards the groin, allowing those knees to open out to the side, just grabbing a hold of the ankles with each hand. Inhaling, sitting up nice and tall. Exhale, leading with that chest, coming forward into the butterfly position, allowing gravity to let those knees open out to the side. You can rest the elbows on the knees if you'd like, but do not push down. Just allow the weight of the elbows to help open up those knees. Feeling a nice stretch through the insides of those thighs. Exhale, coming back to sit tall, reaching those legs back out in front of you. From here, you're going to put the feet flat on the floor and just shift towards the short end of your mat, grabbing a hold behind one knee, pulling it up, slowly rolling back down onto the mat. So we're coming into a supine position on the mat. Keeping both knees bent, you're going to bring the right ankle and cross it over the left knee, just allowing the knee to open out to the side. Keeping that right foot flexed, you're going to reach through and pull the left leg up towards the chest. Both feet flexed. As you pull the left leg in towards the body, keeping the right knee open in that figure four position. You should feel a nice stretch to the outside of the right hip and into the glutes. Continuing to breathe comfortably. One more inhale. Exhale, bringing that left foot back to the floor. You're going to grab a hold of that strap or towel again. Right knee is going to come into the chest as you bring the strap around the bottom of the right foot, and then extend that right leg up towards the ceiling. From here, you're going to extend that left leg long on the floor, and then allowing the right leg to open out to the side. We're wanting to keep both hips down on the ground, both shoulders down on the ground. So only allowing that right leg to open up as far as is comfortable before the hips start to raise off the floor. This is our supine big toe stretch. One more inhale. Exhale, returning that right leg back up towards the ceiling, bending the knee, releasing that strap. Just set it aside, bringing the right knee, right foot back to the floor. This time we're going to cross the left ankle over the right knee and reaching through, grabbing a hold of the right leg, pulling it up towards the chest. Both feet flexed. Left knee opens out to the side, feeling a nice stretch to the outside of the left hip and into the glutes. Inhale, exhale, bringing that foot back to the floor, grabbing a hold of that towel or strap, bringing the left knee in towards the chest as you bring the strap around the bottom of the foot, extending that leg up towards the ceiling. Stretching right leg long along the floor, and allowing the left leg to start to fall open to the side, keeping right hip and shoulder down on the floor. Only allowing that leg to fall as far as is comfortable before that hip and shoulder start to raise off the floor. One more inhale. Exhale, returning that foot back up towards the ceiling, releasing that strap. Bringing that left knee in towards the chest and the right knee in towards the chest. Give them just a nice little squeeze. Rocking side to side slowly. And then we'll extend both legs out long on the floor as we come to our final relaxation. Just letting those feet and ankles relax, allowing the feet to fall where they may. Arms just down at the sides, palms facing up towards the ceiling. If you would like a blanket to cover yourself or to put some socks or a sweater on, now would be the time to do so. As we come into our final relaxation resting pose, just closing those eyes, allowing the ground to support the weight of the body. Allowing those toes to relax, feet, ankles to relax, calves, knees and thighs, hips fall into the ground, belly, chest, shoulders relax, jaw, eyes and forehead. The head just melts into the ground. As you inhale, saying to yourself, so, and exhale, hum. Inhale, let, exhale, go. Start to wake the body up here, wiggle those fingers, wiggle those toes, moving around those wrists and ankles, waking up those elbows. When you're ready, rolling over to one side, bringing that arm up under the head, and just pause for a moment here. When you're ready, coming to sit in a nice seated cross-legged position. Hands just on top of those knees. I'd like to thank you for joining me in your yoga practice today. Hopefully your mind feels a little more clear and open, and you're able to enjoy the rest of your day and the rest of your week. Let's bring our hands together at heart center, thanking ourselves for what we have done for our bodies today. May the light that shines within me shine within you. Namaste. Have a great day.
PSP Kingston, the health and wellness provider for the military community.